Ghana launched its documentary on Protect the Protest. It's a documentary that shows the history of protests in Ghana and how far we have come with protests in Ghana. It shows how protests have effected change in our society, positive change as a matter of fact. Contributors like Professor Techiwa Menu were in the video, Kwesi Pratt, Oliver Vomawo. All these persons are known as human rights defenders, and they showed how they have been protecting the right to protest, but how important it is for our country and citizens of Ghana to come out to the streets and protest when there's economic difficulty, when there's dictatorship, when there are things just going wrong in this country. So Amnesty International Ghana today, we launched the documentary. We'll be showing it on various channels, local TV, and hopefully we might be able to translate it into one or two local languages, looking at funding. We are also looking at reviewing the Public Order Act, or is it 419? Yes, we're trying to review the Public Order Act because it's very important that there are certain loopholes in that act that we need to look at. For example, when you send a letter to the police informing them of a protest, there's no time limit for the police to get back to you about whether you can have the protest or not. However, there's a time limit for you to send the letter to the police, which is not less than 5 days to the protest. Several organizations always send letters to the police even 3 months in advance of a protest, yet police go to the courts to seek an injunction even 24 hours before the protest. How can we prevent that from happening? How can we ensure that citizens of Ghana have their rights to protest protected? Well, simply put, we need to engage more with police. We need to have dialogue with them. Amnesty has already started that. We engaged with the Form Police Unit, and I must say it was the first time engagement with them. It went pretty well in my point of view, but more needs to be done. We need to have more dialogue, more engagement to ensure that people are safe during protests, but also security forces respect the rights of citizens to protest. So this is why it's so important for this documentary to come out today. Lastly, the documentary is to help people feel some sort of confidence to come back out on the streets. According to Afrobarometer, they said less than 5% of people would want to take to the streets to protest in Ghana currently, and it's because of fear of what will happen. We looked at the Stop Galamsey Now protest, where 53 persons were arrested during the protest, and some were held minimum 2 weeks in police custody. The way they were held in custody, first of all, some of them did not have legal counsel. They did not have access to legal counsel. Some of them could not call their family members when they were held by the police, and some of them were in very poor conditions when they were in police custody and prison custody, by the way. Some were even held more than 2 weeks, and then some were released on bail and then picked up again by police. So what do we see reoccurring here? It's an abuse of power by the police. We need to work together. We need to collaborate. We need to engage. That is the best way to dialogue and to ensure that rights of citizens are protected, but also the police do what is right by serving the citizens of Ghana, by protecting the protest. And that is why Amnesty International Ghana has launched the documentary today. So use me as an example. I have a child, so imagine if I'm arrested during a protest. Who is going to look after my child? So these are some of the things Ghanaians think about before they go for a protest. If I'm arrested, what if police use force on me? What if I'm arrested and I don't have access to my phone? What is going to happen to my child at home?
Protest is a film, a documentary film that is addressing the gaps in protest in Ghana. We are looking at where we've come from as a country in terms of activism and protest, and where we are and where we hope to get to. Basically, that's what the film is about. So in the film you could see we spoke to people who have participated in past demonstrations and how those demonstrations have helped shape our current society. What protesters have gone through over the years, and now it has helped shape policy and change the course of certain actions in certain countries, especially Ghana.